Okay, in this video I'm just going to kind of create like a Pokemon character. There was some person that was kind of asking for a tutorial on how to create one of these characters that you see here. And so basically I'm just going to kind of go over kind of a quick tutorial, I guess. But basically I'm just going to kind of explore this and kind of look at what these characters kind of encompass, you know, what's involved in their structure, and kind of find a way to just draw something that's similar, basically. Because that's basically all the person wants to do, is just kind of create characters that look that have a similar style. So I'll probably just pick one of these or just go over a few of them and find certain characteristics that they share. And he gave two examples. He gave this top one, which was the first one that he gave, and then he gave these other ones. I'm not sure if these are from the same game because the styles are a little different, but they kind of look similar, so I'll try to find characteristics that both of them share. Basically, I'm just going to start with a blank canvas, and I'll just choose a simple color like black. I don't think these characters use black. Maybe they do. Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah, they use black. So I guess I'll use black. The characters below here, if you can tell, the black is used towards the bottom of the shapes. You notice, like, for instance, on this person's hair, there's no black at the top of it, even though it's a dark outline. The dark outline is kind of like a gray. But underneath, say, the face and underneath the feet and the hands, there's black outlines. And that's kind of to show that, like, there's a highlight or a light source above, and you're getting shadows underneath. And I think the same case is with this one up here. Although it's kind of more difficult to see because a lot of the colors are dark. But the lines towards the bottom of everything is black, and the lines above things are black as well. No, not really. It's like a dark blue. Yeah, I don't think this one even uses pure black. So that right there kind of tells that it's from a different game. I'm not sure which games these are from, but they're Pokemon related. But anyways, I think the biggest characteristic is the proportions of the head versus the body. It has a large head, and that's pretty apparent. I guess one thing I should figure out is how big to make these characters. If I just select this one, it should give me the width and height. So that this character is 14 by 20 pixels. And let's see how big this guy is. This guy is 16 by 19. And this guy is 15 by 21. So, and these are just general dimensions. This guy's 21 by 23. As you can see, it kind of varies based on like how they're posing, and I'm not quite sure what the bounding box area is for the sprites. I don't know what like the maximum sizes are for each character. It's probably related to the device that they're on, if it's like the Game Boy or whatever. They use like specific dimensions, I think, or like there's maximum size that you can use. So basically I'm just gonna pick a size that is similar. This is 16 by 24, and usually sprites work kind of in sets of 8 pixels, I think. So 16 by 24 is divided by 8. I don't know the correct mathematical term for it, but it gets divided without any remainders. So yeah, something like that. I'm just an artist anyways. So we have the head, and the head is like bigger than the body basically. As you can see, like the size of the body here is, oh, you can't really see that because I'm covering up. The size of the body right here is much smaller than the head, and the size of the body here is basically the size of the face. So we want to keep that in mind. And so basically I'm just going to rough in a shape of the head, and then the body is going to be small, and it's going to be like stuck to the head because that's what it's connected to. And then we have like the face, which is kind of a small portion of the head. Most of the head seems to be the hair or the hat in the case of this top character up there. So we just want to make a little space for the face, and then the eyes basically consist of like 2 pixels, 2 or 3 or 4 pixels. In the case of these at the bottom over here, they're just like 2 pixels, vertical pixels. And then up here, the eyes look a little larger. Like they look like they consist of like 4 pixels, 2 by 2. So that's another indicator that this sprite's not from the same game as these sprites down here, just because it uses a different proportions. And usually in games like these, you try to keep the proportions similar so that there's consistency and everything kind of looks the same. So I don't know which one I'll use. I'll probably go with the top one just because it's a little more complicated, a little more advanced. But this is supposed to be a tutorial to help someone that doesn't really know how to create characters like this, so I should probably keep it simple, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, the process in both cases should be the same, basically. It's just the steps involved, so, or the number of steps. So anyways, we have these eyes. I'm just going to put like 4 eyes, 4 pixels per eye. So yeah, the hair kind of goes down to the sides, and then they have like ears. And ears are like above the eyes because you're like facing down. See, like if you turn your head down like this, like your eyes are above, or your ears are above your eyes basically. And if you look up, your ears are kind of below your eyes. So anyways, this is supposed to be like viewing the character from a little above. So they'll kind of be looking down. I'm just making the direction down, but if I have time, I'll the side views. But anyways, put the ears there. Basically, they're just like 2 pixels, 2 or 3 pixels, something like that. And then, yeah, you just create like the shape of the head. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of alternating between black and white color just to kind of adjust the pixels so that it isn't all clumped together. Like, it looks all clumped together on the bottom of the face here. And then I'm just kind of choosing white and kind of getting rid of the clumps so that the lines look more, they look thinner, the lines, I guess, because they're less clumped together. So, yeah. What else? I guess, I don't know how I want the hair to look. But you can kind of just make like the hair shape of it like irregular, like that, and it kind of suggests that there's like hairs kind of pointing off to the side or something. So, and you can do it on the other side as well, you know, like that or that, I guess. I mean, there's no real wrong way to do it unless it looks bad. So you just gotta kind of play with it until it kind of looks alright, until you're satisfied with it. And then, of course, you don't want it to kind of, you don't want it to go like that, or else it'll look like there's like a big hole in his head. So you gotta kind of keep it, get the proportions looking accurate so that it looks like a head with hair and not some smashed up head or whatever. I don't know, you can make it look like a smashed up head if that's what you want. Okay, so basically we have the body down here. I just kind of made it small because the body's like about the size of the face, basically, maybe even smaller. And then he has like little stubby legs or feet, and then the arms kind of come out the side like that, basically. And as you can see, it's kind of looking more like a character. Face might be a little bit more round. Maybe like widen the body a little bit, just kind of do that, I guess. I don't know, everybody's body's a little different shaped, so you can kind of get different results by just changing a few pixels. If you want like different people, different characters, you can like make them like shorter, taller, thinner, things like that. So what's next? I guess we could start coloring it because we got the basic stuff done, the proportions or whatever. Okay, so when we color it, if we look at this character over here, I guess for example, the hair only consists of basically like 2 or 3 colors. There's like that highlight, and then there's like a base color, like a brown, and then there's like a dark color that kind of outlines it, and also kind of in the shadow area. like underneath the hair. Okay, so yeah, let's start on the hair. Okay, so the hair, we could choose any color we want. So I don't really know which color to choose. I'll just do something crazy like a bluish hair. You can make it however you want. So that'll be like the base color, and then I could choose like a darker bluish color for like the outline, right? Okay, and then just a highlight color, which is like kind of a brighter blue, and then I could kind of just color in where the light would probably bounce off the hair. So sometimes I guess you have to like know how to like shade general shapes if you want to make it look good, and I guess I should kind of describe how to do that. Okay, so first of all, let me make this look good. It's kind of difficult to make it look good in such a small area. Plus, I didn't really put much thought into the shape, so I'm not really sure how I should shade it to make it look alright. Okay, so I'm not that satisfied with it, but I'll leave it like that for now. Basically, if you have like a sphere, and you have a light source, basically it's going to make one area of the sphere lighter, and it's going to make the other side darker, and you might have some reflective light bouncing back at it, and there might be like a specular area that catches the light very directly. And different shapes are shaded in different ways. If this is a cube, one side will be dark, another side will be lighter, and then whichever side is facing the light more directly will get the brightest shade, something like that. And there might be like a specular or something like that. Okay, and so what's next? I guess, and there's also other shapes like cylinders. Which is basically similar. One side's brighter, one side is darker. You might get like some reflected light there, maybe real direct light hitting it. So those are just some basic ways of shading forms, and the more you practice that and looking at references and kind of drawing it and stuff like that, drawing from still lifes and stuff like that, and exercising your ability to draw those, the more you get better at that, the more you'll be capable of drawing things that look as if they should look the way that they look, or something like that. So we need to get back to drawing the character and kind of fixing up the hair a bit. There's not really much detail as far as the highlights go on the characters here, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much depending on what you're doing. So I'll just do that for now. And then, so now let's move on to the face. Okay, the face is like a peachy color, I guess. You can make it whatever color you want. Okay, and then there's like a darker. The face here actually is 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, 4 values. The top face up here uses 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyways, 3 or 4 colors for the face. So you're gonna have a dark value, which kind of is used for the shadows. And then you're going to have an even darker value, I guess, for the outline. I'll just make that a little darker and change all of those like that. Okay, and then I guess a brighter one. Kind of do that. You can kind of play with it just to get the general shape that you want it to look like. The eyes, I'm just going to copy the eyes from the top. Basically, you have a white pixel towards the outside corner, and then you have like some blue shade that is above that, and it's kind of darker than the white. Okay, so and then the inside eye is basically just a black and a gray. I think the gray is on top or something. Not too light, but similar to the black, something like that. Might even just be able to use one of the dark colors they already have, since it's similar. Okay, so we have that, the face and the head. I'm not too satisfied with the hair just because it looks a little weird. I think I drew the highlights wrong or something. But I should probably just adjust it until I'm satisfied with it. Maybe it's the color. It's a weird color and it's kind of confusing me. Actually, if you look at some of the hairs down here, it's a little bit more jagged looking. You can make the head rounder. I'll just kind of keep it consistent with the way that they do it for the characters. kind of just like a line that goes through it. I'll just do that just so that there's some consistency. This one doesn't even have highlight. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Okay, so this one, okay, these, just looking at various characters here. Basically the highlight's very simple. This one's just like a line right through it or across it. This one is just like a round shape for the hat. Kind of like this up here, basically, since the hat's kind of round. So, where was I? Oh, I guess it was this one. Okay, so we have the head. Now let's do the body. Next, arms will just be same color as the face. You have the outline at the top, and then the bottom is like the black. Okay, so, and then we have a color for the body, I guess. I'll choose like a yellow orange color for the body. And I mean, you can keep the pants the same color, or you can change it for the pants or shorts or whatever he's wearing. And there'll probably be like a darker color for it as well, just for like the details. I mean, they only use like a few colors for the body, basically. Just count how many there are. This one, the shirt, is only 2 colors, like a dark red and a lighter red, and the pants are like 2 colors, the dark green and the lighter green. Actually, they're the same color as the hair for that character, this character down here as well. So, and this character has the same shirt color as the hat color. Basically, in a lot of these characters, you're reusing a lot of the colors, and that keeps the color count low. So I could make the pants that color, I guess, if I want. Okay, the shoes, just do that, reuse that color basically. Arm, make it look the same on both sides, I guess. Okay, and what else? I mean, there's not much to it. Okay, so I guess that looks alright. I mean, you can add more details to it if you want. Like this character up here has a lot more detail, but I'm not really sure like what the details represent because they're all packed together, and I'm not familiar with the character design, so I can't make any conclusions as to what things are. Maybe he's wearing a jacket and there's a shirt underneath it. Looks like he has like a backpack on or something like that. So maybe they're like the straps from the backpack. So like if he had straps, you could kind of do something like that. I'll make him have a backpack, even though you can't really see the back side of him. But the backpack might look something like that. I don't know. Or maybe he's wearing a vest or something. I don't know. Okay, so what's next? I guess I could give him the t-shirt there. This guy looks like he's wearing gloves. Why not give him some gloves? Okay, now he has some gloves. Gloves? Gloves. Okay, so... Okay, there. What else? Okay, so that was pretty quick to make that. Not too much thought involved. Just basically copying details from these others, characteristics anyways, interpreting them. Let's do a side view. Okay, where's the side view on this guy? Okay, there's a side view there. Might as well do side view, right? Okay, so the face is... I'm gonna make him facing this way. And the face is only that big, so... And then you have like the hair. So it's kind of darker underneath it. You have the ear. Probably a little lower down. Okay, so then hair's kind of coming forward a bit. Okay. The eyes basically look the same. Make that highlight kind of go around in a curve. It's going to be darker towards the bottom of the hair. Okay, you're going to have the arm. That's the arm. He's wearing a t-shirt. He has these backpack straps which kind of go around. There'll be a backpack. Don't want to make it too big because his body is small. Okay, then he has some little legs. Here's the feet. Okay, so yeah, he's wearing gloves. Arm should be a little brighter. Okay. Okay. You can just play with it, see what looks good. Make things smaller, make things bigger, depending on how you want it to look. Yeah, it's not much to it. I guess that's basically the character there. You're not going to see his shirt because it's from the side view and his arm's blocking his shirt. So what is there to do next? Yeah. So you kind of make the blacks underneath it and outlines above it, just to get the shading right. I guess that's good, right? So there you have it. I did that really quick, so as you can see, it shouldn't take that long if you know what to look for. And basically you're just kind of repeating the same patterns, the same shapes, the same amount of colors that each characteristic uses. You know, the hair is just like a highlight, base color, and a shadow that kind of is also used for the outline. Face is similar, everything is similar to that type of pattern. So you're just kind of using that, but changing the colors for each thing, just so that, you know, just so that you're not using the same color for everything, but you kind of use the same colors for different things, like the pants and the hair use the same color, things like that. So hopefully that is helpful. If you have any other suggestions for tutorials or videos, things like that, or just questions in general about art or anything, just leave them in the comments or whatever. So yeah.